Caroline, thank you for joining us today. I really have been looking forward to this because you've been so open and honest about mental health, stepping away from the game. You talked at an early age how you wanted to win a major, how you wanted to be #1 in the world, and you've been 4. And was that difficult so far for you that you haven't achieved those goals?
Yeah, I think obviously like the pressure you put on yourself and the pressure of the media and when you come from a country where there is slams, I think there is even more pressure sometimes. I guess for the Americans or for the English one is the same also, like you have to do very good at your own slams, which is probably the hardest one there is.
So help us with some ways that you found to cope with the pressure.
In the last couple of months, I really tried to do a lot of work on myself and try to understand how I went to such a dark place with tennis. I understood also that it was not tennis itself, I was still loving the game, I was still having a good time, but because of all the pressure, all the expectation of the felt that I want to win a slam, I want to be #1.
Was that coming from you or from others, or both?
I think a bit of both. Sometimes I feel that I heard it so much from the outside. It was hard for me to understand if it was my own point of view. You try to do some psychologist work, but you have to go deeper. You have to understand how everything's starting, how imagining myself on court to play my next match, I was starting to cry, I was very emotional about everything. I was on court, I was not able to, the match was over and I couldn't think of any point, I couldn't remember anything. It was really hard to work on the psychology of it while playing. That's why I decided to take a break and took more time.
End of September 2024, you decide to step off the tour, which is brave, right? Yeah. But you were having a difficult time. What do you start with when you go back home? What's the first thing that you do, and what did you learn most about yourself?
I really wanted to play Olympics. And I felt like, okay, if I take a break now, who knows, maybe I'm not even coming back, you don't know what is the future holds. So we try to do things a bit different, manage a bit the practice schedule to let me have more balance in my days and enjoy a bit more the city where I was going and finally start to visit a little bit the city after 10 years on tour and to try to balance it, to find a bit that balance and that happiness to go to practice again. It's a very intense lifestyle.
You've gone through all of this. Is there any way, because there's plenty of people out there that are having anxiety, they're struggling, they're maybe have a little bit of depression. Do you have 1, 2, 3 tips that you can give us that have helped you?
I think, for me to express it, to talk with my team, to talk with my partner about my struggle of the day or how I felt on court was really important. And they were always very positive, always listening to find a healthier way for me to do tennis was very important. And then, to allow myself more time to either rest or heal or enjoy moments, have fun.
The one thing that is really fun is you have a podcast called Tennis Insider Club.
Yes.
Why do you think that was important for you to use that platform to really show people out there the highs and the lows of a professional athlete?
For me, for my own personal experience, I've been able to listen to other players share those vulnerability moments, those darkest moments. It's also very important to spend time on building your identity outside of tennis. Keep having hobbies, keep doing things, keep spending time with friends. If you succeed to tennis, you're going to be great and probably it's going to bring you a lot of things. But if you don't succeed, you have a life on the side of it. And this season 2025, I want to do things a bit differently than I used to, and I felt sometimes I was not having a very good time on tournament and things like that, so I want to find more that balance. I'm finding more time around it to do different things and to enjoy a bit the cities and spend good time with my partner.
I've learned so much. It's wonderful. Thank you for being so open.
Thank you.
Because there was a long time in tennis where nobody wanted to kind of admit that maybe they had these thoughts, dark thoughts, anxiety, felt the pressure. So you are teaching so many with all of your great words. So thank you so much. Very enjoyable.